Good morning, everybody. Tess Crawley here. How are you today? As you know, I'm a clinical psychologist, I'm a forensic psychologist, and I'm a mentor to mental health professionals. And I'm just jumping in really quickly live today to give you a little heads up that, a reminder too, really, that the doors to my Quiet Confidence mentoring program are open this week, and they're open only until Friday. My web designer Bev has put a timer, I believe. I'm hoping she's done this, I'm not sure, I have to check with her later, but we were talking about putting a timer on so that once Friday hits, the doors will slam closed, regardless of what I or you might want to do about it. So if you've been thinking about my Quiet Confidence program, I thought it might be nice for you to have a little bit of an understanding really about what that group's about and what sort of things we talk about. And especially to give you a heads up this morning, because if you're quick, if you jump in right now and get onto that site, so go to tesscrawley.com.au and click on the page called For Mental Health Professionals, and in there you'll see mentoring programs. So if you jump onto that, you will then be able to follow the prompts to join the mentoring program. We've got a live learning piece within the group today at 1 o'clock Tassie time, so that's 12 o'clock Queensland time, and I'm not going to try and confuse everybody by guessing the rest of the country's different time zones. But what do you get as a member of Quiet Confidence? Well, we have weekly learning pieces, and in those learning pieces I share experiences, I share strategies, I share skills that you can use to unlock the confidence that you need to get you to the next level of where you're going with your professional career as a mental health clinician. Now, I've called the program for emerging supervisors, Quiet Confidence for Emerging Supervisors. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to actually be a supervisor to join the program. I've used that term, emerging supervisors, as I guess a stepping stone idea, like a concept, that you're heading towards some kind of leadership role, because there's a second level to my mentoring programs, which I haven't launched yet, and that second level is called Quiet Confidence for Emerging Leaders. So that would be like the next stage. And I kind of think of mental health professionals as having a number of stages of their career. We go from student to professional to supervisor, to team leader or practice owner, and then on to other things beyond that. So that's how I've structured my groups, and that's why it's called For Emerging Supervisors, because you might be on track to becoming a supervisor, or you might already be a supervisor, but you're needing some boosted confidence around how you do that. And I guess the idea really is when you think about becoming a supervisor, or you become someone who's leading other mental health clinicians, it can easily trigger a whole lot of doubts in ourselves, a whole lot of questions around, does my supervisee know more about this topic than I do? Or do I make sense when I'm explaining this concept to my supervisee? Am I following all the rules and regulations of supervision? All those sorts of questions that can stop us. I know lots of clinicians have stopped taking on students, for example, because they feel that it doesn't suit their level of sense of confidence and competence. It challenges them a little bit too much. So I'd really love for more in our profession to feel confident enough to inspire, even if you don't actively supervise others, I'd love for you to feel confident enough to inspire other mental health clinicians around you. So that's the point, that's the aim of the program. And of course, within that, we sometimes talk about, business matters. I'm not a business coach. I don't want you to get the sense that I am, but I can, having the fact that I'm a private practice owner, I've got 2 locations to my practice. I've got a team of 14 clinicians. We've gone through all sorts of different variations on the model of how I work in private practice. So there's lots of experience under my belt that I'm happy to share with you. I've been a board-approved supervisor for years, over 10 years. I've worked in the prison setting, I've worked in community mental health, I've worked in vocational rehabilitation, I've worked as a volunteer with Canteen. I've done so many things in my career that there's bound to be something that I can bounce some ideas around with you as well within the group. So some of our learning pieces are structured pieces. Today, for example, I'm going to be talking about stepping outside your comfort zone, and I'm going to be sharing a story about how I did that this past week and how some amazing things have happened for me as a result of that. So if you want to hear that story, you're going to have to join the group. Now, if you miss out on today's learning piece, if you're too late, that's okay, because all of the learning pieces are stored in the group, so you get to watch them. You can get to go back and watch them later. Obviously, some of you will know that I've been talking a lot about Medicare lately. So as a member of my mentoring programs, I make sure that all of my mentoring programs follow those conversations around things like Medicare, to make sure that my group members are on board with those ideas and they're not left behind. So you kind of get a first foot in with some of that knowledge as well. What else can I tell you about our lovely group? There's some fabulous clinicians at various stages of their careers as well within that group. So they're not all private practitioners, they're not all psychologists, but they are all mental health professionals, and they are all fabulous. And I just really admire each of them. They're wonderful. And so I think you'd find you'd be very welcome in our group and very supported. So the doors are open until Friday. If you make it super duper quickly, you'll be in. What I'll do today at 1 o'clock Tassie time, I will, before I go live into our group, I'll double check any new members to make sure that the newest members are able to join us at 1. But the doors will close on Friday. And on Friday, I'm off to do a few days worth of being a recipient of mentoring. I'm off to a retreat to work with my mentor. So next week, there'll be lots of interesting content coming into my mentoring groups, triggered by some of my experiences that come on board to me this weekend. So that will be exciting for me to share with them, and perhaps with you if you're a member of the group by then too. Now, if Friday comes and goes and you miss out, you will have the opportunity to join the group later. I will reopen the doors. Now, the membership of the group at the moment is at an introductory rate, so it's a subscription-based group, and you sign up via PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can just sign up via your credit card. And the first month is for free, so you get to try before you buy. And then there's no lock-in contract at all, so you can opt out at any time if it's not for you, or if you've gotten out of it what you wanted. The membership at the moment is at an introductory rate, so I can't promise that the next time the doors open the price will be the same. It's quite possible that the price will go up at some point in the future. So have a look at the website, tesscrawley.com.au, onto the professionals page, the mental health professionals page, and then click on the mentoring programs there, and you'll find out all the information you need. I will pop the link into the comments here. So don't hesitate if you've been thinking about joining. Hi Valerie, nice to see you. I'll be seeing you very soon. If you've been thinking about joining my program, hop onto the website, have a little look, but don't delay, because you might just be in time to make it for today's learning piece at 1 o'clock, and the doors will close on Friday. Thanks for joining me live, Valerie. I'm just signing off now. I'll see you in a couple of days. We're heading off to Bondi. It's going to be very exciting. All right, have a lovely day, everybody. I'll talk to you all soon. Hope to see you in the Quiet Confidence for Emerging Supervisors program soon. Take care for today. Bye-bye.